In 2013, a production studio named Satellite Studios came out with the anime Log Horizon last year. It's been directed by Shinji Ishihara, whose previous works only include Air Gear and Tokyo Meijin. Neither of these are well known, and I can't say if they were good or not because I've never watched them. Basically, this is the first notable anime coming from this director. Let's see if he did an exceptional job with the studio that made Hellsing Ultimate. If you've seen my previous review on an anime called Batum, you probably remember what I said about anime and video games. They love each other. And so another anime comes along that has to do with being trapped inside of a video game world. Log Horizon shares a lot of similarities with Sword Art Online, the main one being the characters are stuck inside a video game and something is at stake, if you will. But in no way at all am I saying that SAO is on the same level as Log Horizon, because believe me, oh, SAO is really bad, guys. It sucks. It's horrible. But that's another issue that I can address in the future. Hint, hint. Wink, wink. But anywho, again, we will see if I can tell you the plot in under 30 seconds, starting now. Let's go. We follow the main protagonist, Shiro, who's a solo player in an MMO called Elder Tale. Him and a few other people, well, more like 30,000 people, have been trapped in the classic video game setting. But instead of you die and you really die in the game, in Log Horizon it's a little different. You don't die. But we'll get into that a little later. Log Horizon is pretty episodic, focusing on a certain problem for a few episodes before moving on to another one for another cycle of about 4 episodes. Since there is no overarching storyline, this is fine, but some of the things they start really don't end. The makeup of this anime is actually worth mentioning. I think that Log Horizon really understands what it's trying to be, and that is an MMO. It looks like a video game, it feels like a video game, it is a video game, and I think they did a really good job trying to bring that forth. If you've played any role-playing games, say like Dragon Age, you know that there are classes to choose from when you're creating your character. Log Horizon has a great amount of classes that characters can choose from, so a lot of the characters in the anime are different where their expertise come in. When it comes to stereotypical MMO anime, it's hard to be different, but Log Horizon takes a different route, and it does a good job of making it not all about action, but there's some strategy and politics also involved in this anime. This also can be a pretty faulty line, because there's a point towards the second half of the anime where it gets a little boring. Episodes focusing solely on strategy and nothing really happening, which prompts the question, why do we care? There is a large cast of characters, but here's what I like what the anime does about this. They introduce maybe 3 characters at most in one time. Now, they don't introduce any other characters for like 3 episodes, getting you used to the ones they just introduced, and enabling you to remember the characters. They give you time to know each character and even get attached to a few. The main character, Shiro, is different from expected main protagonists from this genre of anime. He's not the straightforward solo player or freaking Jesus Kun, but he's the type to support his friends. Of course, due to screen time, Shiro gets the most development out of the whole anime, and we see him struggle with his feelings a lot. For one, starting a guild seems to be a problem for him, but he eventually starts one and does name it Log Horizon. Akatsuki is the secondary character and plays a big role of humor for this anime. Speaking of which, I really enjoy the humor of this show. There was plenty. Most of it was circumstantial humor or slapstick even, but it really fit the anime and it just made it hilarious. I actually laughed like every single time it popped a joke. It was great. Anyways, Akatsuki is a quiet character who's loyal to Shiro to the point where she knows that he'll be sacrificing her to another character and she will still obey him. Loyalty, people. Learn. A big part of the anime is the NPCs, also known as non-player characters, known in the game Elder Tale as people of the land. When Elder Tale was just a game, NPCs were, NPCs. They didn't really do anything besides give the characters quests and rewards. But when the game becomes real, they also become real for unknown reasons. They had feelings and wants and became almost the same as people playing the game. But the difference was when they die, they actually stay dead, unlike the normal people who are actually trapped inside the game. That brings me back to my previous point about when the players die, what happens to them. Just gonna wait until this big thing moves out of my screen, then I can continue. Okay, you got it, guys? Okay, spoilers. Yeah, just leave. If you don't want it spoiled, forget it. Okay, now that I know that that's out the way, I know I can talk freely now because I warned you guys. So the characters, when they die, are transported back to the nearest cathedral, and it seems that there's no price for dying. Or so you thought. Eventually they find out if you die, you start to lose memories. This is a great concept, but they really go nowhere with it. They literally state that and forget about it. Now, in their defense, no one really dies in this anime, so I guess they didn't really have to, but I mean, I really think they should have expanded upon that point because it was a really good plot point. The animation is nothing special. I kind of felt like it was just doing the bare minimum. Compared to the other anime in this genre, it's lacking. But this is due to the fact that Log Horizon is focusing more on strategy than the action scenes. Not to say that there wasn't any, of course there was plenty of action, it was great action too, but this is more dominated by the strategy talking than anything, which is in my opinion a breath of fresh air, and since I haven't seen this much strategy since Code Geass. The soundtrack is well done. I think the greatest OST ever made was not Log Horizon. It was actually probably Cowboy Bebop in my opinion. I think Cowboy Bebop's soundtrack is perfect. I think everything about Cowboy Bebop is perfect. I love Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop is amazing. It's 10 out of 10. I love it. It can never be beaten by anything. It's on top. It's the holy grail. It's everything. Fate Zero, you suck. You're not even close to it. Nothing. No. Cowboy Bebop is way ahead of you guys by years. Suck it, Alex. As for the opening, most likely one of my favorite openings ever. I really enjoyed it. It gets you pumped for the upcoming episode and it's really catchy. Know though, that is indeed an acquired taste, and I have met a few people who do not like this opening. The ending was mediocre at best, though really nothing else to say about it. What I look for in a replay value of a certain anime is, can I watch it next month? Will it still be enjoyable? Log Horizon is in fact an enjoyable anime, but only the first time around. See, the first season is heavily lane with strategy and can get boring at times. So the replay value is very low, but the second season of Log Horizon is airing as of now, right now. So if you would like to see more, you could go watch the second season if you would like to see more. And I said that twice. That's not supposed to happen. That was not written down. What Log Horizon set out to do was to present a very realistic interpretation of an MMO and strategy game with a good, enjoyable feel to it. Did it succeed? Yes, I think it did. What it was trying to be, it was amazing for that, and I applaud Log Horizon for it. Log Horizon has left an impression that is probably the best video game centered anime out there, at least from what I've seen. When you look at Log Horizon and put it next to, say, SAO, it's like a masterpiece. This doesn't make it good or anything, but it just proves that SAO is complete crap as like usual. So in conclusion, the story was broad but entertaining. The characters, not exactly the best, but good. Animation was sorely lacking, if I can say that. The sound exceptional, and replay value pretty low. With all these details I've pointed out, I can give Log Horizon a final score of 7.5 out of 10. My recommendation is yes, Log Horizon is worth a watch, and if you can get past some patches of boredom, then you'll definitely be fine. It really is a good watch and should be somewhere on your library of completed anime. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of Log Horizon. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you enjoyed the video, demolish that like button and comment your thoughts on the anime and this video itself. Subscribe if you like what you see here, because I do come out with a review every week. Well, a certain video every week. I can't say an anime review every week, but I do come out with a video every week. Mostly on Fridays, maybe twice a week, you never know. I usually come out with a video something on Wednesday or weekends. So if you like what you see and you want to see more, subscribe and you will get more. Thanks everyone for watching, and remember, you can click right here for more videos.